Great job putting your hands on your head and quieting down.
Catch a bubble!
The student in front of him got really offended. We finally finished this big old fluency builder. Now we're moving on to a new one. They were so excited to see this on their desk. One of them ran up to me and was like, thank you, thank you. And I was like, thank you. You've been reading so much that we finally get to go to fluency builder number 2. When the students walk in every morning, they read this 3 times and then work backwards. Once I call everyone together, I set a 1-minute timer and we do this thing called fluency races. We always go over the rules. Today is IR, UR, ER. What I have them do is drive their car. They'll put their hands up and then we'll be like ER, IR, UR, Right now they have primary PE, so I have an hour to prep. I'm going to make this math unit review because we have a test soon. I don't feel like they're ready for the test, but like I can't just spend another week on this since I'm already behind on math. A lot of what I'm doing right now is prepping for open house. We started this CBC ebook a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I did like the first 5 with them, but now I'm starting to give them words to do on their own. So I need to get all of these words done. Their penmanship book, I started that at the beginning of the year, but I wasn't as strict with like how neat it was, and that really affected how they wrote the rest of the year. About 2 months ago, I erased all the work. We started it again, but we're only on the letter E. I don't think we'll finish it in time, but I just want to get as many as I could done. Even that is hard to manage because if their work isn't legible, I'll erase it and they'll have to do it again. During our small rotation, I was working on ice cream conferences. This was another piece of writing that I started a long time ago and just never finished. Like we did this art sometime in December, and then this is their writing. There's only 6 or 7 that are done. I got 2 more finalized today. At some point I got really frustrated because I pulled them for conferences. We go over words that need correction with spelling. We go over new ideas if their ideas need revision. Like for example, this is what my revisions would look like. Even then, the students will do their final and still make a lot of mistakes. I'll have them redo it again and they make another mistake, and at this point it's like, you know what, if you have mistakes, you have mistakes. Thursday is Armenian Genocide Memorial Day. Started like this forget-me-not flowers. They just ripped off construction paper, put a bunch of glue, stuck it on. About 60% of my class is not done with that yet. It's so hard to get first graders to finish an art project within the time that you give them. And then it just rolls over to the next day, and I personally don't send things home for them to finish. When open house comes by, I want the parents to just be surprised by everything that's done. I don't know if I can do that next year because this takes way too much time. I also really need them to finish their Earth and Moon project. We started all of this like 2 weeks ago. When we actually start reading about the moon phases, I bought Oreos. I'm going to have them like carve out each moon phase. I should have had the parents donate because it's not enough for each student to do the entire cycle, so I'm having them do it in table groups instead. Tomorrow's Earth Day, so I saw this thing on TikTok where it's so nostalgic where the kids do dirt cups. And I don't know if you remember this, but kids get cups. They put Oreos, chocolate pudding, more Oreos, and then gummy worms. So that's what I got this weekend. I even like had to cut the Oreos by twisting them apart. What's even worse is like I bought 2 of these boxes. The first box was impossible to twist. I thought Oreo, the company, made it hard to twist off, and I was like, dude, that was probably one of the best parts being a kid. I made the chocolate pudding at home too, and I realized that I didn't buy enough chocolate pudding and I didn't buy enough Oreos for the crumbs. So I need to go to Target later to go buy that. There's so much to do after school today. I need to do progress reports, make copies, prepare our math review, and try to figure out how to assemble this Earth and Moon thing. This is the Earth, and then we have each moon phase. I thought it was supposed to be like around, but I guess on TPT it goes down. I kind of still like it going around, but I know that the words will be covered. If it just goes straight down, I think that's too long. And then if I have 22 of these all around the classroom, I don't think it'll look as nice. Great job putting your hands on your head and quieting down. All right, get ready for fluency race number 2. Good, I see ready. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll come by. Remember, you need to read as fast as you can. Okay? You don't need to read loud and proud, Adrian. but as fast as you can. You have a goal for the end of the school year, right?
End of the school year?
Which is the 3rd trimester. So let's work hard and practice to meet your goal. Ready? Set. Go. Great. Draw your 2 lines and stars at the bottom if you have any. Show me on your fingers. How many stars do you have? Wow. Give yourself 2 claps. All right, flip it like a pancake. What's the rule? If you are in seat number 1, share the rule. If you're in seat number 2, share the other rule. Lucky ducky. What's one rule? What do you notice in the middle? Okay, IR says IR says Do you agree or disagree? All right, drive your car. Ready, set, go. ER, IR, UR, Today's really busy with prepping for open house. Beginning of the school year, we read these 2 books. One of them is Snuffle Bunny, and then the other one is We Don't Eat Our Classmates. These 2 books ended up being their favorite, so I went back to it in hopes of creating a project. We came up with character setting, problem solution, and author's message together. This is the start of what it's supposed to look like. Some of them are crazy good artists too, like this one. So I'm excited to see the final product. This whole table is so good at drawing. I had them work on 3 more CVCE words and their penmanship, continue their character project, and their forget-me-not flower. During that time, I was also pulling students for ice cream conferences. I'm starting to knock it all out. For the students who work really fast too, I had them come help me cut out the students' like moon phases because I know it will take forever if I just wait for the end of the day. And I was planning to do the dirt cups with them too. They're voluntarily coming in after they're done eating to help me cut. Super duper excited to make the dirt cups later because I want a treat for myself. For Earth Day today, we get to make and eat, drum roll please,
What is that?
dirt cups! This is edible. Edible meaning that you can eat it. It's going to be made of Oreos, chocolate pudding, and what comes out of the ground?
Roots.
Not roots. When it rains, they come out. Birds love to eat them. Worms. You get to eat worms. Catch a bubble. They are gummy worms. End of the day was hectic as always, making everyone cut out their moon phases, and some of them lost their pieces. So now some of them have to stay either tomorrow or Thursday to finish that. It was nice to just have everyone help me cut this because they didn't turn out too bad. Like, they did a pretty good job. Only thing is that they didn't like put it perfectly, but at this point, I don't care. I made myself a dirt cup. This is going to be my diet all day. I got this laminator from Q-Fun. I'm going to test it out and then compare it with my Scotch one that I bought. I love getting new packages. I'm actually going to plug it in at the same time to see how fast it is with the heat. The Scotch one, I have to wait a while and then I end up forgetting what I'm doing. I'm really forgetful. Anytime that a student says that they need something, like today, one of my students said they needed a homework log. I walked to my desk and then I forgot what I was doing because there were students standing waiting for their bling bling. And then I walked back to the back table and then the student had to remind me that they needed a homework log. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. It says that the preheat takes about a minute. I like how it looks already. Like, it looks so sleek. The first or second day of school, I had the students make these little iPhones. On the backside, it says my goal for first grade is, and they were supposed to write a goal. The student didn't know how to write at all, but I don't help them. If you see right here, these are like the little chargers, and all year, so many of them have been falling out and flying out. I think if I laminate them, it will be better, especially with open house coming. Already, I like how when you insert the thing, like you can tell that there's enough space for the paper to go through, even if you put it crooked. Because with this Scotch one, like I have to put it out like this and then it kind of has to fit in perfectly. So sometimes the sides will bend in and then it will just mess up my whole sheet. Pressing the power button at the same time. Let's see how long this takes to heat up. I mean, the light's already green. I don't know. That probably doesn't mean that it's done. I'm gonna prep the iPhones while watching when these are ready. If you don't know, a trick to laminating is to make sure that you glue the pieces down if the pieces are small. That way it doesn't shift while it's going through the laminator. It's so crazy seeing the difference in the student's spelling. She came in not knowing how to read, not knowing how to spell anything, and she would cry because she was so overwhelmed with what to do with the letters. And now she's one of my top students. I'm going to put them through at the same time. Ready, set, go. Okay, see, the Scotch one's already messing up because the feeder itself is so hard to put through. See, I love how it still has a little bit of room on the sides to slant in case I mess up. Another cool thing about this laminator is that it has a little compartment with all these little tools. 2 weeks ago, we wrote this robot story. For example, this one, I corrected it myself because I don't have time to individually conference with them. I drew these red lines indicating like where to start, where to stop for each page. That way it looks like this. One of these art days, we're going to get to create the cover page. I saw this idea on Pinterest about rusty robots. I want to imitate something like that, except they'll be in charge of like cutting out each piece. Probably won't turn out the way that I want it to, but at least it'll be like unique to their own style. We continued our character projects. Today I made them do the outside of the book file. So they made the cover page and then colored around. And then I have to laminate and tape these together for them. I don't know if you remember, but one time there was this student who drew a portrait of the student in front of him. And the student in front of him got really offended because it looked like one ear was gigantic, and then the kid felt a little insecure. I told him like, no, this is part of your head. This one's your ear. With his cover page, like, look at this. This is the story Nuffle Bunny. Now I'm realizing like he has this style for his art. It's so creepy to me, but it's so funny at the same time. I also gave them their math test today. Luckily, attendance has been really good this week, so I don't need to worry about catching everyone up with all the work that we've been doing. Another note, next year I'm teaching at the same school in 1st grade, and the kindergartners right now, they're really scaring me. Every single day I'm hearing them screaming, I'm hearing them running around the courtyard. Oh my gosh, this laminator is crazy good. I started both of them at the same time again. My Scotch one just heated up and I finished all of these in that time where this one was still heating. Like, this one is so annoying because the latch is always falling and then I have to hold it up while putting it in. This is pretty pricey for a laminator, but for a one-time purchase that will last you the whole school year, I think it's worth it. Let me compare how many sheets of paper I got laminated within that same time that I started both of them. So within that time that I started both of them, including the time where it was heating up, the Q Fun Laminator got 19 pages done and the Scotch Laminator got 11. At the end of the day, I wanted to do this thing with Oreos so that the students can remember the moon phases. This morning, instead of teaching ELA, I had them glue their earth and moon phases. I think it looks so much better putting it around than straight down because it looks like a sunflower. I wanted some sort of math project, so we did this little candy jar that I found on TPT. I timed them for 7 minutes. They had to color and cut as many pieces of candy as they could, but I only let them color one at a time, then cut it. And if they colored like 5 and cut it, I would throw it away and give them a new paper. That way, everyone's candy jar would be different. Then I give them another 2 minutes to do the same, except glue it on the outside, so the candies that fell out. This is also a little assessment to see if they were able to create that equation. They worked on the background for their robot writing. I was supposed to bring salt, but then I forgot. So I got white paint and sprinkled it on. I passed out some Oreos to teach about the moon phases, and let me tell you that I am never going to do this again. 1, they were really bad at listening, so they didn't even know which moon phase they were supposed to do. 2, the germs that are involved with them touching it. And then 3, I don't think they really learned anything from it except for that one moon phase that they got to make and eat. On the bright side, I feel like I have more things to put around for open house. I don't think that my classroom will look empty anymore. I also made this thing on Canva. As they look through the classroom, they have to take their parents around, find these things, read it to them. I just thought this would be cute because it's more interactive this way and it puts the responsibility on the kids instead of me. I do want to set up like this little station for a photo booth. So I bought decorations, but we'll see how the setup is once we get closer. Today's our awards assembly. I haven't laminated the awards. So thank goodness I have this new laminator that's really quick to preheat because my other one would have taken a while. I only have 5 minutes to do this, so let's see if I can get it done and turn it into the office.